Welcome to this short introduction module on how to get started writing music using Reason 6. So it's designed for those of you that have just bought Reason 6 and want to get making some music straight away. So during this module, we're going to cover what we're looking at when we actually open the software, an overview of the interface. We're going to start to put some ideas together, some drum beats, some bass lines, etc. And then we're going to finish up by rendering our finished track ready to put on a CD. So to demonstrate what we're actually looking at the moment, what I'm going to do is open one of the default songs that come with Reason out of the box. So I'm going to go File, Open. You need to get to this songs folder. So what you can do is click Reason Factory Sound Bank on the left-hand side. Go up one level using this button here, that you're in the Reason 6 folder, and then you see the demo songs folder there. I'm just going to open that and pick this one here. Click on OK, I'll just maximize that. Now there are three separate areas. Let's take a look at the middle one first. So I can press F6 on the keyboard and this takes me to what's called the rack. So the rack is where you create all your instrument effect devices and other bits and pieces such as audio merger and splitters and that sort of thing. This is where you create your devices, and in some cases, like with Redrum, the drum machine we're going to take a look at, it's where you can start to program some patterns as well. Press F6 again. It takes me to this split screen view. This time I'm going to press F7. This expands the lower third of the interface. Now this is called the sequencer, and this is where you sequence your music in a linear fashion from left to right. So here's the start of the song, here's the end of the song. Now, in the sequencer, you get a track made for each instrument that you're going to be using. And these tracks contain things called clips. These clips can hold things like note information to trigger the instrument. So you can see there's a track for the main drums. And there are note clips to trigger that instrument. So we hear some drums. And you can also work with audio in Reason 6. It's a new feature to Reason 6. So you can see there is an audio sample of a guitar, as well as actually containing information such as audio or MIDI to trigger the instruments. You can also create automation clips to control all the different parameters that you've got on your instruments. Let me press F7 again. That takes us back to that split screen view, and this time I'm going to press F5, and this takes us to this rather scary looking mixer. This is the main mixer. Again, this is a new feature to Reason 6, or since Reason 6 was introduced. And this is how you can control the volume, the panning, whether your instrument has got effect sends on it. There's built-in EQs and compressors on each channel. As the name suggests, this is where you mix and balance all the instruments that you've got going on in your Reason song. Everything is summed up here at the master fader, and then this is what we're going to be listening to. Just let me press F5 again. So three very important shortcuts straight away: F5, F6 or F7. You can see you've got navigation bars down the right-hand side here, which you can click and drag with the mouse. You can scroll with the mouse if you want. You can also use these buttons at the side to expand and shrink down the different areas. So let me just go back to the sequencer. I just want to show you how to navigate your way around the sequence. So this is the playhead, and you can click and drag that around with the mouse. You see down here in the transport, you've got play and stop buttons, the shortcut for which is the space bar. So depending on where you've positioned the playhead, when I hit the space bar, the song will begin playback from that point. You can also rewind and fast forward using the controls on the transport. Now you might need to zoom the display. There's a few different ways that you can do this. First of all, you can use these buttons here to zoom in and out. You can also use this zoom tool. So I'm going to click on that, or magnify tool as it's called, and say I wanted to zoom in on this guitar. Just click and drag a box around the guitar and it'll zoom right in. If you want to zoom out, notice if I hold the Alt key, the plus changes to a minus. So I can just keep clicking to zoom out. Or in fact, I can just click without Alt held down to zoom in. Finally, if you hold Command or Control on the PC, you can use your mouse to scroll and zoom like that. So that's how to navigate your way around an arrangement. That's what you're looking at when you open the software. We're going to start something completely from scratch now. And to do this, I need to go Reason, Preferences. And where it says Default Song under the General tab, I'm going to press Empty Rack. At the moment, we've got a template set, so watch what happens if I just close this down and open something new. Can you see we have a list of devices that have already been created for us to start us off? I don't want this to be the case. I want to start completely from scratch. So I'm going to go Reason, Preferences, under the General tab, Empty Rack. Come out of the Preferences. Let's start something new. You see completely blank canvas to start off with. So that's a brief overview of the interface. Now let's start to write some drum beats.